today when I was driving, like normal, I put the music on Spotify and I don't have premium, so you put the shuffle on a playlist you kind of like. And at some point, the Wonderwall song was playing by Oasis. And everyone knows the song, everyone knows the lyrics. A lot of people even know how to play it on the guitar. It's like the basic guitar song type of thing. It's very overused, very overplayed. Yet it's a very good song, in my opinion. There's a reason why it's so popular. And as I was there in the car and I was singing, as I have many times, as I know the lyrics, everyone does. And it gets to this part that I sing it and I'm like, how did I never connect the dots of this? How did I never realize the impact of this lyric, this one sentence that I don't even know if the brothers, the guys from Oasis even had that intention. Now I'm not gonna tease around it. I thought about it, but I'm just gonna say the sentence that is all the lights that light the way are blinding. Now, before I make here the connection that I made in my mind, I want to paint the picture that where this applies, and a scenario that everyone has, that everyone experiences, is at some point in your life, you will feel like you have to do something that goes against the current, that, is just not expected of you or of anyone. It's just a bit out there, too much. It varies in degrees, could be from like starting a business to going to a new country to traveling, whatever, to, I don't know, maybe just becoming a nomad, a true nomad, and just going and like living on a tent and traveling across the country. At some point, you will feel a call, as we all know, a call to do something like that. And it won't be logical. It won't be, a lot of people will be able to tell you, like, oh, but logically it doesn't make sense. And look how risky and how it could fail and all that. And in a lot of ways, they're right. But there's a part of you that will know that it is the right thing to do. And opposed to the people that actually take the step to do it, I believe a lot of people feel that call. And a lot of people, if not all people, feel that at some point in their lives. Multiple times in their lives, when they're younger, when they have a midlife crisis, when they're, I don't know, they start balding like me. At some point, you will feel that. Now, a lot of us feel like that, feel those things, perhaps all of us, but very few in the global context of things actually take that step. And if you look at most people, most lives, they are, it's the time that fills these lives are essentially weeks turning into months, turning into years of kind of the same thing. And that wouldn't be a problem if that same thing you enjoy, let's say like Picasso, that he painted, he had the same routine until he was 90 years old and died because he just loved to paint. And so his life was always the same, painting. That's after a certain point, of course. But that's not the case. Most people's lives is the same, but it's of a gray sort of slop that they don't enjoy. It is, you wake up at a time you don't want to wake up, to get in a vehicle you don't want to get in, to go to a place you don't want to go, to do something you don't want to do, to then come back and relax from all of that, to then be able to have 2 days per week where you can actually do what you want, but then you're so, tired that you don't do, to then have, like, if you're from Europe, 20 something days of vacation per year, to again relax and maybe think of how fucking shitty your life is when you're not on vacation. And that's just it. Obviously, I'm generalizing here, and all lives are different, but this happens to a lot of people, even people that thought this could never happen to them. And the reason for this is that, as we were saying, it is very difficult to actually follow that path that feels right but logically seems absolutely insane, because it's as if you're looking at a mountain to climb and there's no defined path, and it's full of bushes that you'll have to cut through, and it looks too steep, and the weather absolutely sucks, and it looks too steep, and you're gonna fall, and there are just too many reasons not to do it, because it doesn't seem, or let me rephrase that, when you look at what to do, it is not clear. It is not, you cannot see the path forward. You can only see it until the first turn, and that first turn comes very early, and then after that you cannot see it. But you feel it, and you feel that is right. And the thing about these paths that I believe we all have to take at some point in whatever that path means for us is that The lights that light the way of this path are blinding, as the song says, meaning that you cannot look ahead and see it because it's blinding you to what's ahead. All you can see is the next step. And the problem with that is that it requires you having faith that there will be next steps after the ones you take, and that you will not simply fall to your metaphorical death here. Sometimes your real death. And you'll find yourself in this path if you do decide to walk, and you'll find yourself stressed and poor and struggling with money and waking up and just overthinking because you don't know how you're going to figure it out. And you have to figure it out because it will be for you, or it will seem like it will be for you to figure it out. And I understand that side of why people wouldn't go for it or why they would quit, because, and again, I'm not talking here about, because I think that's always the assumption that it would be about starting a business. That's, I think, what everyone nowadays assumes, that it's about money and it's about financial freedom. It can be, but I don't think money is the be all and all of life. For some people, it's just to, I don't know, go work in a farm and then just do that forever and just build your community there. In some ways, I would say that's much better than just a mindless pursuit of money and trying to find security and safety in money, when more and more money is just numbers on a screen. It's there, but it's really not, is it? It's all digital. It's all, it's a fake sense of security in a lot of ways. But besides the point, to say that whatever that path is, as you walk it, as the lights that guide you are in fact blinding, you cannot see ahead of you. And as you struggle with the stresses that come with it, of loneliness, of stress, of financial struggle, of all these things, it is very easy to just be like, why me, man? Why do I have to go through all this? Why couldn't I just get a normal job and be comfortable? Yeah, sure, I'd be a bit miserable, but at least I'd be comfortable. At least I wouldn't be going through all of this. That sucks. That it just sucks so much out of me. And I don't know if I'm going to survive. I don't know if there's anything better at the end of it. And I understand. I've been there. I probably will be there again. I'm lucky to not be there at this moment, but we all go through it. And to a certain extent, it is part of it. But I want to leave you here with one thing, because when you're in the struggle, there's nothing I can tell you or anyone that will make it better. But this light that guides, it may be annoying, it may blind you, and you may not be able to see where it's leading you a lot of times. But every so often, what you can do is look back, because it is lighting the path anyway, and it's lighting what happened, and look at all the dots that connected that seem absolutely insane they did, and all the things you went through, and all the ups and downs, and moments you thought you were gonna perish, and the moments you thought you were so high you couldn't fail, and all that, and look how they all connect. And look how it had to happen this way. Look at that, and trust that whatever this light, this path, this that you know is the right for you is leading you, trust that it is doing the same thing right now. Even if it feels like you're drowning, even if it feels like you're lost in the sea without a sail, it is getting you there. But you just have to hang in there.